All right, out here in Cape Verde, Santiago Island. The capital is actually Praia, but I'm doing a little car tour around the island. We're in a local barrio, a much smaller little village, as you can probably tell. Super nice place. People are very kind. Trying to get too lost to get to my tour guide, so I'll be pretty pissed about that. But yeah, as you can tell, it's a very nice ambiance. Cape Verde was a big hub of the slave trade back in the day, discovered in the 1400s by the Portuguese and the Genoese. And so everybody here speaks Portuguese, many of them speak French, and quite a few of them also speak English. Although everybody here is super welcoming. I mean, you feel super safe walking around. That's obviously not any kind of dangerous place or any place that you would think of stereotypical African lawlessness, which in my experience has not really been the case as I've been traveling around Africa, although I have been doing so in a very limited fashion until now. Anyways, I've been in Praia since Sunday. It's Wednesday now, leaving tomorrow, only a short trip. Praia is a very cool place. It's the most populated city in all of Cape Verde on Santiago Island, which is the most populated island in all of Cape Verde. I'm staying in a place called the Plateau, a neighborhood called the Plateau, which is called that because it's on a plateau, which is basically in the city center of the city center. Outside the plateau, you have the main market, Sucupira Market. And in there they have, all the, it's not a very high-tech advanced market. They just pretty much sell staples like clothes, shoes, food, fruit, stuff like that. Nothing super crazy, but it's nice to visit either way. And then the man himself, Danny. What's up, my guy? Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Nice. That's why they call it Cape Verde, because of that right there. But yeah, so we're gonna enjoy that. Go to the beach.
Yeah.
Take a little tour around the island, and then have a good day. And this right here is a Cape Verdean rehab compound, and not just any compound, but actually the most famous one across all of Cape Verde. People come here from all of the islands to detox. It was started by somebody who had very strong alcohol problems, so that he made one tent here and it expanded over the years, and now it's an entire gated up compound. As you can see over there, there's the gate. And when you come here, if you're an addict or an alcoholic, you stay in that first tent right there for 3 months, not allowed to leave the compound. Then after 3 months, you go to the next tent, all the way down there. Stay there for 3 months. After that, you can go to church once a week. Other than that, can't leave the compound. Then after that, you can go to Praia, the capital, every weekend or so after those 3 months. And you pretty much just spend 3 months in each tent. You can stay here 9 months. A lot of people stay here more than 9 months. And you kick your habit. They do everything here. They cook all the food here. They do pretty much just live a little isolated life inside this camp with no alcohol, no drugs. And then when they're all better, they leave. So that is the most famous rehab facility in all of Cape Verde. So, just broke my tea break unintentionally. Smoked for the first time in about 6 months, actually, since the new year. I hadn't smoked really because I just got bored of it. Also because I was in a bunch of Arab countries, Saudi Arabia, Oman, UAE, and over there you don't really want to get caught doing anything like that. So anyways, I've been enjoying life, smoke free, and then recently, as you all know by this point, got to Cape Verde, and so this is probably a good time excuse my throat, probably a good time to mention the fact that I met this dude, Daniel, the tour guide. Literally first day I get here, Sunday. I arrived here like Saturday midnight. Get here, fall asleep, wake up Sunday. I just take a little 2-minute walk outside my hotel to a nice little central street on the plateau. This dude just walks up to me and says hi, speaks English well, super friendly dude. And then showed me around the city for like 3 hours. Took me to the market, took me to a nice little restaurant, got me tourist price for everything. He had family in America, so super nice guy. Turns out he's a tour guide. Invited me on a trip. He hosts little tourist fans. I guess he's doing his job well because his whole motto is just follow the flow. Pretty much just does whatever he wants. He woke up to me at woke me up at 8 a.m. to get ready, and he's like, "Yo, bro, I'm high as fuck. I just smoked a J." I was like, "Damn, you got weed here?" Hadn't smoked in 6 months, and then of course he went with the flow, hooked me up. Got some nice Cape Verdean weed from the the barrio. I'm feeling great. It's a great place to break your tea break. Went with the flow. We stopped on a mountainside road. Little secluded beach, completely empty. Beautiful. And yeah, probably just gonna visit some other villages, some more beaches, see what we got going on for the rest of the day, post rehab. So we're at a independent township or region, as you can call it now, called Rebolado, which is completely, well, I don't know how completely, but supposedly sovereign in itself. And was so since the Portuguese were here. So even when Cape Verde was colonized, these guys were just independent. And so now they're obviously not a huge economic powerhouse, but they have an interesting village and some beautiful arts that I unfortunately don't have enough dollars and euros exchanged to buy because I don't really like dollars here, mainly euros. But still a nice place to see. On the way to Tarifa, or however you say it, Northern Beach, which is supposed to be very beautiful. But anyways, nice calm place. So wrapping up the day here, final day over in Cape Verde. We fortunately and unfortunately climbed altitude in the tour and it got a lot more windy, so the audio sucked. We gotta re-record. Anyways, had a great time. Took after Rebolado, we took a nice tranquil drive across the coastline. Enjoyed the view. Enjoyed the very blue water. That ride honestly catapulted Cape Verde up on my natural beauty rankings of the world to right in the top. And now it's definitely one of the few places that I've earmarked for a revisit when I have the chance. And certainly a surprising candidate for that because I didn't have the highest expectations for a short trip. Anyways, super beautiful place. Very rare you get mountains like that. And also nice blue ocean right next to each other. Almost like the Adriatic coast or Socotra. It's very rare to get such instances of that. But anyways, took a very nice, tranquil, beautiful drive over to the north beach called Tarrafal, which is, I don't know if you can call it a tourist district. I mean, compared to Rebolado, which has a unified population of 400 people, Tarrafal had a few thousand and quite a few more than that in the general surrounding region. Anyways, beautiful, nice, tranquil nighttime walk. Feel so safe walking around here. It's nice. Anyways, Tarrafal. Enjoyed the beautiful views, the water, more cliffs. Apparently, if you hike up around the cliffs, you get even more untouched, beautiful views, which would make sense, but sadly we didn't have time for that. I had to work starting at 3. It was already approaching 1:30. We were on the opposite coast of the island. But since the island is so small, it's only about like an hour and maybe an hour and a half, including the many stops we made on the way back. And yeah, the way back was even more beautiful because we went through the center of the island, where the mountains are so high that from the viewpoints you can see the ocean. You get amazing canyons. You get a nice little, well, actually a mix. They had small villages. They had medium-sized more developed settlements, and they had a big city right in there with a cow pente as well. Cow pente, however you want to say it. But anyways, took a nice drive back. Got back in time for work. Got some work done. Now it's nighttime. I'd highly recommend Cape Verde. I'm going to be sad to be leaving so soon. Probably because I smoked, so that was a really, really optimal place to break your tea break. Those beautiful views, but yeah, want to come back. Yeah, I think it's more than 5 islands, so lots to see. Very different flora and biomes in each, which is an even nicer thing about this country. And yeah, really great place, super friendly people. Food is good. Didn't have enough money to exchange in person, so I don't really take card, but other than that, I would say easy 7 to 8 out of 10. I don't take those rankings lightly either. So, great time in Cape Verde. Now back to Lisbon, then Geneva for work, and then a nice trip that I'm very much looking forward to. I think it'll be even better than this one, for sure. To Sao Tome and Principe, coming up soon. So, I'll walk back to my hotel now. Enjoy the nighttime views of the plateau. And call it a night.